Entanglement with August. Entanglement with August. Entanglement. Entanglement. Entanglement with August. Entanglement with August. Entanglement with August. Entanglement. Entanglement. Entanglement with August. That's my new favorite song. Do you hear the remix? Entanglement with August. Entanglement. Entanglement. They had Charles Gambino dancing the remix and everything. Totally Unclear.
Hardy's still better.
Yeah. Totally Unclear. 11 a.m. Marcus Jervis. We gonna have to spend time on entanglement. We all entanglement talk right now. We gonna have to at least give us a good 10 minutes. Yo, so I mean, for those of you living under a rock, the Smiths are imploding in front of our very eyes. Imploding. Last week we talked about this, the whole Jada August Alsina thing.
Right.
This week, Jada done dragged Will to the table. Will didn't want to be there. You see his face?
Looked like he'd been crying for a week.
Looked like he just got out the bathroom crying. Like literally, like Jada ripped out the bathroom, like, Will, we gonna do this. Do this now.
We live in 5.
Jada, I don't want to. Jada, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. No, please don't make me. Like, he looked so sad. You know what it reminded me of? You remember the Fresh Prince episode with him and Uncle Phil? He was like, why he don't love me, man? Yeah. Why you don't love me? He was looking at Jada that same look. Why you don't love me, Jada? Why you hooking up with Og?
But he pulled it together. He pulled it together.
He tried. He didn't pull it. I don't know if he pulled it together. He tried.
He did when he told her, I'm going to pay you back.
Yeah, what was that? What is that?
And she was like, nah, we cool, we even. He was like,
no, we're not.
No, we not.
No, because listen, even if you know you had an open relationship or this was separation, whatever it was, even if Will did his dirt, we don't know about his dirt because whatever he did, he was able to conceal it. Nobody's come out the woodworks talking about an entanglement with Will. It's all Jada entanglements.
Right.
So he's right. In essence, he's right.
Not really.
He's right. He's right. She's publicly shamed him. And here's the thing with Jada. Yo, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like Tiger King fanatics or what's going on, but like everybody out here trying to pull Joe Exotic. Jada Exotic. This was your son's friend coming into the house with mental health issues. Like, you hear the way Will addressed this man? Will said, yeah, you know, when Og first came around, I said, Og? Like he's a child. You know, when Og first came around, like, how in the world does this kid come around with mental health issues and you like, yeah, I hear your head's messed up, but you try to smash? I just want to know. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling bad too. Why don't you come over to Aunt Jada's room? Come see Aunt Jada for a second. Like what? What in the world?
It's textbook older person getting with younger person syndrome. They got issues. Easy to play off those issues. You in a better position than they are. They can see that you got your stuff together. You got a little money. You got the house, the car. You know what I mean? Look like you got a little career going on. So you're stable. So of course they're going to gravitate towards you and hang on all the words you said. This is where the manipulation comes in. For you to say anything to get them, because their head's messed up, to go down the path you want them to go down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I'm with you on that. I just think this is crazy. Like this, first of all, I'm just going to say for the record, this is why I always participate in a traditional match with traditional rules. Because there's no way in hell nobody dragging me to a table telling me their transgressions. This is what happens when we do our traditional things.
Wait.
You got to come to the table.
Wait. Let's make sure we had the record straight. Open marriage or not, I mean, who knows? But this is a marriage, and I'm assuming they were separated. Will said, I was done with you and never thought we were going to be together again. She said the same. So the question is this. If you're married and you and your wife have some issue, and you think you're done with each other. I guess you're both saying, look, you do whatever you want to do. I'm doing whatever I want to do. But we ain't never getting back together. We just haven't made this divorce official. But basically, we're divorced right now. But you're not. Legally, you're still married. If you then mess with someone else, is it cheating? Or your marriage?
Is okay. So we'll play by. First of all, I believe,
I'm saying this in a straight relationship.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is a straight relationship at this point.
I hear you. First of all, I'm going to preface by getting to answer your question. I personally believe they have been involved in an open relationship. I believe that. And I believe that, Will Smith, I'm going to say Will Smith, I'm going to say Jada. I don't know. I don't know if Jada's done as good a job Will has, but they've been trying to protect this legacy of their relationship for a very long time. It's all just crumbling before our eyes. So I don't personally believe, it's obviously just my opinion, that this was a separation. I believe because she said, because you already mentioned the subliminal about how you said you're going to pay her back. That was a sub. Another sub that I thought was interesting, where she was kind of like, well, you did your dirt too. Remember that? So like you saw things going back and forth a little bit in the conversations about kind of little sub stuff. Like, but is it cheating if you say it that way? No, I don't believe it's cheating if you're both saying you're done with each other. However, you shouldn't be operating in the circle to find that whatever you're finding. That's disrespectful, what you did. At the very least, it's disrespectful. You didn't have to go get Og.
Right.
You could have like you're Jada Pinkett Smith, you could have got anybody. You had to do it in the circle. Like, that's disrespectful. And that to me is the most unforgivable part, is that you're messing with someone in the inner circle. You not only affected your husband, you affected your children.
Right.
Because Og came around to play with them, now he's playing with you. Og wasn't supposed to be playing with you. You're not Og's playmate. You could have went and found anybody, but I mean, so that's my thing, is that like, so if like I ever got involved in a situation like this and like I was being done with my significant other, okay, we both agree we're gonna be done. Yeah, we're gonna go do our own thing, but I don't want to hear you get an entanglement with Chris down the street. You better entangle you behind to some other state. But at the
end of the day, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's Chris down the street or Chris in the next state over.
Absolutely matters.
Because now you're getting back together. Now you're getting back together, and you know that, wait a minute, I didn't mess around with nobody. Even though I said all that stuff, I didn't mess around because we're still married. I didn't mess around. We are married. And in a marriage, you can't step out.
Right.
So that being said, you cheated. I didn't. Again, in a one-on-one marriage. Now, if it's an open marriage, can there be cheating? Because it's open. That's the question.
You can't be cheating in an open marriage, because in an open marriage, it's like being in the military with the bombs. Both people got to turn the key. You can't have one turn the key without the other. Everyone so you have to. That's why I believe it was an open marriage, because I go back to what August Alsina said in his interview with Angela Yee. He said that he went to Will and asked permission. Why you ask permission if they're separated? You know what I mean? What's the permission?
Maybe he's doing a respect thing. Look, I know y'all got this open thing, and I know y'all ain't together right now, but still, because I'm in your circle, is it okay if I mess with Jada? Because I'm in your circle. That's why I'm showing a little bit of respect here.
And maybe, and now I'm thinking of a third scenario. Both of these answers could be correct. They could have been an open marriage and separated.
True.
We can have both these scenarios on the table, and both of these things could be true. So, I mean, listen, this is messy, is what it is. This is real messy. And like, I don't expect this from the Smiths. It's weird to hear about this from the Smiths, because they've always, even though the rumors have been out there about how they move, and they've said themselves they have a very untraditional marriage. I didn't expect to hear this much about what's going on in that household and what's happening over there.
Yeah, and it wasn't even much. At the end of the day, we didn't even hear a lot. And my whole problem was the words Jada was using. Entanglement.
Yeah.
Entanglement is a noun. The action of entangling. The state of being entangled.
Mm-hmm.
So you were entangled with August.
Right.
That's all I know.
Right.
You weren't in an entanglement. You were in a relationship. And I give Will props for making her and calling her out. Like, whoa,
you said entanglement?
Like, what's that? Nah. What is that? And had her confess relationship. And then she jumped right back. But it was an entanglement. It was like, come on, man.
And I think that's too. I think it's disrespectful to August because August was in love with this woman. There's no question in my mind this man was in love.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, yo, like you're 23 years old, you're a child, and Jada Pinkett Smith wants to mess with you. Like that's any 23-year-old is gonna be like we listen. You 90s, I'm 90s, 80s, 90s, whatever. We all had a crush on Jada back in the day. Who didn't have a crush on Jada Pinkett Smith?
Right.
Or my bad, Jada Pinkett Smith. Alcina.
Jada Pinkett. Period.
Jada Pinkett Smith Alcina. Who didn't have a crush on her though? Like who wasn't crushing on Jada? Everyone was. Like wherever, like she's beautiful. So like you have that whole element of like kind of like the student teacher thing going on, and this person's actually into you. It's not fantasy. This person's really into you, and I guess I don't know if Will was like, yo, there's no way in the world I'm losing this 23-year-old kid. I can't have this. I can't lose this game. Because imagine that headline. Imagine if we had found out back in 2016 that Jada had left Will for August Alsina. We all would have been like, Will, really, Will?
Nah.
You lost to the kid?
Nah, it ain't even a loser thing to the kid. Look, if I'm done with you, listen, if I'm done with you, you do whatever it ain't a loss. I'm done with you. Anybody can pick up this trash. Oh, you want this trash? Pick up that trash. I put my trash out. So if you want to take my trash, that's on you. I don't care who take my trash at this point because I'm done with that. I'm done. When you're done, if you're done,
I mean, I think it's a different level when you on that type of spotlight, and people are literally reading because we're gonna jump to conclusions. We're gonna make remixes, we're gonna make songs, we're gonna make memes, we're gonna make GIFs.
But that level, that's what that level does. That level jumps from bed to bed. Come on, man. It's Hollywood. Everybody messes with somebody else's trash. It's Hollywood down to it's the lower level. It's the same thing. If it's my trash, somebody else can have it. You know what I mean? It's the problem is when my trash that I put out got all prettied up and looking better when I had the trash. Damn, you look like that now? You look like I was with you?
Right. Well, but this is Jada. Jada didn't have those issues. Jada always looked fine.
Right.
But she was one of those things where Jada, she looks great, and she might look better in somebody else's arm. Like, oh damn, oh no, I can't have this.
Right.
Because as I said, they basically said they were like, Will was basically like, yeah, we talked about it, we figured it out, and like we worked it out.
Yeah.
But man, that was crazy. Like I was watching this. And it was like I was kind of having like an out-of-body experience. Like, am I really watching this? I kind of had the same. It was almost similar to the first time I watched the Beyonce Lemonade album, the visual album for the first time. I was like, am I really seeing this in real time? What is this?
But the problem, too, is this is years ago. This isn't even fresh and recent.
Pretty recent, though. 2016.
That's years ago.
Fairly recent.
That's going on 4 years ago. To the point that it was 4 years ago, we've already dealt with that and moved on from it. Me and Will and Jada have dealt with this, have moved on from it.
Will do not look like he is, bro. No. Look at his eyes.
Listen. No.
Will has not moved on.
You can move on from it until somebody brings that shit up again. Then
Will had that energy where this was never supposed to come out.
Right.
That was his energy.
That's what I'm saying. He moved on from it, but when somebody brings it up and you got to deal with it again, that scab gets ripped off.
Right.
So my thing is, why is August bringing this up now? Now
he got an album coming out.
He got an album coming out.
Yeah, album coming out.
You got to get.
But in all fairness, though, he asked the question. Angela Lee asked him the question.
Listen,
like and like sometimes
yeah, but
what if he even said no comment?
That's
We would
fine.
have jumped our own conclusions.
You doing that anyway. We doing that anyway. Everybody doing that anyway, so it don't matter. The same conclusions they would jump to before you said no comment, they're gonna jump to afterwards.
So you think he was snitching?
Dry snitching.
Dry snitching on Jada. No, he wasn't. It wasn't dry.
No, it was dry. No,
question.
he asked a question,
That was a wet snitch.
But ain't no reason to answer that question. Come on, man. And especially
I mean, but you know what though? I feel like one of the other reasons. Listen, let's not be naive. He got promo going on, but at the same time, I also feel like his feelings was hurt. He was like, Jada called him an entanglement. This man basically said, I was in love with her. I was in love with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
And he felt pushed aside, used and abused, and he's never had a chance to get them feelings off. Like, obviously, I'm going to say, obviously, I don't believe that he's talked to anybody about this. Like, even like his close friends, because, you know, you can, like, people in your circle, somebody's selling that story in National Enquirer. Somebody's selling that story. So he probably hasn't talked to anybody about this at all. And he probably was just like, you know what? I'm going to say my piece.
That ain't the way to do it. That ain't the way to do it.
And he's not talking. And he said himself, he's not like, and Jada said, they don't talk. Right. Like he basically cut her off after the entanglement. They untangled and went their separate ways.
Yeah, and that was it. Listen, and again, that's some young boy stuff.
Yeah.
You in love and she ain't.
Right.
So right now we got a problem. And that's probably why Jada maybe broke it off. Because she saw that this young boy is falling in love with me. Like this dude he's in. He's all in. And I'm not.
Right. Well, and listen, if this is true that Will said he was done with her, Jada never said she was done with Will. So
she said it. They both agreed that they were done with each other. They didn't think that they were.
But Will said, but I think Jada. I'm looking at the energy of the table, and Will said that, and I think Jada, her pride got hurt again. So she was kind of like, yeah, well, I was done with you too. You know, one of those, like, yeah, I'm done with you too. It kind of felt like that energy because he said, I was done with your ass. And that's when she said, well, I was done with you too. So it looks like Will pulled the trigger on the separation. And she had to separate because she had no choice to really. So I'm going to say that I don't think she was necessarily done with him. That's why she was able to receive the reconciliation.
Well, if she wasn't done with him, what was she entangled with August for?
She said in an interview, yeah, but I think she said in an interview, listen, let's be honest. Will been smashing out models since '89. Come on now. Like, you know, Will been doing his thing. Like, I'm sure Will had quite a few entanglements.
So again, that was a perfect opportunity for Jada to say, when Will said, I'm going to pay you back, no need to do that. You already had your own entanglement and left it at that. She could have said that. None of that came out. It was just about her and her entanglement, which makes it seem like Will wasn't doing anything. Will was straight.
Yeah.
Will was keeping it 100 in this.
I mean, she kind of did when she made that comment about, well, you know, you've had your plenty or whatever said about that. She kind of said something alluding to it a little bit there. So, hey, listen, come on, man. Will Smith got some bodies somewhere. There's some bodies somewhere that now, I don't know if it's celebrity. I mean, I don't know if it's celebrity bodies. Maybe that's why Will was maybe a little bit smarter, where he kept it to, like, you know, not my level or somebody people would know. Like, because if somebody come out today, Will smashed Jane Doe today, do we care? No. You had August Alsina.
Right.
Like, so like we don't care. So, I mean, wow. I mean, listen, I want to hear what the kids think about this. Because can you imagine, like, put this in real life, like this is like literally like, you know, you being a kid and like your mom smashing your bro. Like, that's nasty. Like, like just thinking about it makes me sick.
Nasty for you, not for your friend.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty. That's why I'm glad I never had to deal with those problems. Like, my mom was around, but not like that. Like, I wasn't the, like, you know how, like, the house that has like all the friends over.
Right.
I wasn't that house. We had the house we went to, but I wasn't on the list. So I would go to my friend's house and hang out there, and then the mom's all cleaning, all whatever you need, Marcus. Just the way, yeah. Have some cookies, yeah. And then you develop the mom crush.
Yeah, can I get another drink, Miss Parker?
Yeah, basically. Thanks, Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, you look really pretty today.
Yo, so tell my mom look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Basically. But see, I'm watching. My kids go be watching their little knucklehead friends. I'm like, what you looking at, son? Stand up.
Thank you, Miss Amber.
Yeah.
Bye, Miss Amber.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
What? I just said Miss Amber.
I don't like it. It's Mrs. Bradham to you. Don't play no games like that, boy.
Bye, Miss Bradham. Bye, Marcus. Bye, Miss Bradham.
Why are you so excited? What are you so excited about? Yeah, it's crazy. Like you got it, like those, and like you're at those weird relationships now where your parents and everyone probably go. I'm sure everyone goes through this. They start to get a little older, so start to get a little more self-conscious about the way they look. They've been with their partner for years and years, not getting them compliments anymore. So the lines start to get blurred sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. And that's obviously what happened here. Like Og, not August, Og came around and like, you know, he would hang with Jaden and, you know, they're playing video games in the room. Jada Pinkett walked out with the towels and like the door's like cracked and Og's like, you know what, Jaden? I'm sad. I'm feeling sad. I wish I had someone to talk to. She had her ear there to the window.
Are you talking to my mom? She's looking at this. She got this red table talk.
Basically. It's cool. Talk to my mom. Look, Mom, come here. All sad.
Go ahead. I'm just playing this game. Go ahead.
Tell me all your deepest fears. So they start talking, and then one thing leads to another, and we entangled.
Look, the onus goes on Jaina regardless. You know this young boy got some issues, and
right.
And it seems like mental issues on top of whatever else is going on.
He's
got physical issues with his he's got some type of disease immune system or whatever's going on with him physically.
Right.
You know, he's got probably some mental issues. He lost his sister-in-law has passed away.
Right.
And then his brother recently has passed away. You know, It's like, I mean, this dude had a lot of stuff going on, and that's just a straight up prey move. You know, you like.
Before we go to break, I want to ask you a question. Will we get a Jada August Lifetime movie, made for TV movie? Will we get it?
The Smiths?
The Smiths.
Nah, man. Nobody care about this stuff like that, man. Nobody care about this stuff like that.
People care. We've been talking about this for 2 weeks. This is one of the few topics that's leaked into a second week for us.
Hey, man. News is slow.
We just gave it a half hour. we gave it an easy half hour.
Yeah, that's because this entanglement. People use this word now.
Entanglement with August. Entanglement with August. Entanglement with August. All right, yo, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Drake and Pusha, the beef that will never end. We'll get back into it. It's totally unclear. It's Marcus, it's Jervis. We will return shortly.
Word.
I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. And even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, Maria, and she convinced me to continue my education. Just never judges. She's a true role model.
From the depths of my heart, I thank you, Maria, for being a friend and a beautiful person. No one receives a diploma alone, and I'm honored to share this moment with you. Thank you.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to the Entanglement edition of Totally Unclear. You know, let's keep the theme. We got another entanglement.
Man. More.
Pusha T, Drake, Pusha T. Pusha T, Drake, Pusha T. The beef that won't end. I have now dubbed this the dark skin versus light skin Super Bowl.
Oh.
This is for all the marbles, dark skin versus light skin.
Wakanda versus well kinda.
Yeah, this is the ultimate dark skin, light skin. So this thing kind of got reunited again over Pop Smoke's post-home. I don't even know how to pronounce. Is it posthumous or post-homus?
It's not posthumous.
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 Posthumous. Okay. Posthumous. Posthumous album. That's all I have to say. You know what I'm saying? It's a mouthful. His album he put out last week, Pusha T was supposed to be on the album. Supposed to be on a song called Paranoid with Gunna and Young Thug. The song in Pusha T's verse, he threw some shots at Drake.
Okay.
Now I heard the leaked verse, and it's one of like there was a line I got, but pretty much everything else needed to be explained to me. Like, and once I heard the explanation, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But it was a subliminal on a subliminal. Like, most of it was just, he wasn't calling his name. It was like, yeah, Aubrey, you. Like, it was, you wouldn't even have known if you didn't know. So, allegedly, Drake called around to the label to get the verse, get it removed.
Okay.
That's how it ended up not on there anymore. Then Young Thug put out a comment, which he said, I don't respect the Pusha T verse on the song with me and Gunna because I don't have none to do with y'all beef known as Gunna. And if I knew that was about him, I would have made changes on our behalf. This rapper-ish is so, I can't believe he said that word, but that's what he said. This rapper-ish is so terrible, I'll say. And like I agree with him to an extent because like I get it. Like like Young Thug is friends with Drake. That's his friend. So like I'm sure it's crazy. Like this guy comes on like that has had issues with your man, and now you know he's now putting this on a song, and you're on the song too. So I can see his perspective, him being upset about the whole thing. So, all right. I'm gonna let you just hold on. So Pusha T then responded to Young Thug. Now I gotta edit this because Push went off. Push got his off. He said, "Hey, Young Thug, couple things. Yo, you know when someone start off with a couple things, they're about to go in. You know,
it's not gonna be a couple things.
It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of things." So he said, "Don't feel bad. Nobody knew what the verse was about," which is true. No, because like you can't tell me unless you're a nerdy nerd. You can't tell me you got all references the first time. Because I didn't. I had to break it down,
Decipher it,
get out the thesaurus, get out a magnifying glass, take a coffee break, come back to it. Like it was deep. Don't feel bad. Nobody knew what the verse was about. The label heads that stopped it didn't even know. Crazy. They only assumed because he told them. The same way he told about the Ross Maybach 6 verse. And if he'll tell record executives about rap verses, God only knows what he'll tell. I don't deal in police work, police rappers, or police ninjas. Second, at Young Thug, you were the last verse added to the song. That's only because I requested you. Third, and most important, Young Thug, just so we are clear, I would never look or need your respect for what is it I bring to this rap game. Woo! Push was upset. So, couple things for me I take out of this. Here's the deal, Drake. You either need to go all the way in and diss this man for real, or just back off and leave it alone. This whole in between, like back and forth thing to me it's annoying. Like, and you can't like. Here's what he's trying to do. He wants people to kind of forget about the story of Adidon and forget about all the things Pusha said, but at the same time, he wants to keep talking about it because you go back to his album Scorpion, the whole first side were sneak disses to Push and Kanye. He's had interviews since then when he's talked about the situation. And let's go back 5 to 7 years before Push even really said anything back to him. He had been sub-dissing Push for all of that time too. So you can't now control the narrative about when this stops for you because your back is hot. Like, you can't now, like, because let's be honest, let's keep it real. Here's what happened. Here's how I look at a summary of this beef from when Push dissed him to now. You went to Meek, you went all in on Meek Mill. You destroyed Meek Mill. After you destroyed Meek Mill, you took a chain, put around Meek Mill's body, and dragged him around the city for the whole world to see. You thought that was cool, right? You thought that was cute when you were on top doing that. You kept that same energy. You kept that same energy for the first part of the Push beef. You mentioned that man's wife on a song, Virginia Williams. You mentioned that man's wife. You went there. You took it there. You thought that was cute, a W freestyle, right? You did that. Then Push went and Ginsu knifed your head off on Story of Adidon, and then Prince told you to go in the house and play and get out the street. Like, you know when your son about to get beat up, you see, he's like, go get in the house. See how big that boy, get in the house, boy. He told him to go upstairs and play. Because listen, at the end of the day, it's true. Beef does not make money. You lose money when you beef an artist. And Drake is too big to be out here doing this, but Drake wanted to come down here and play in the streets. He wanted to play in the street. He thought he was man enough to come do that. He wanted to go on the blacktop and test his skills, which I get because Drake is an interesting case because we give him his flowers on the show. We have before. As, you know, his singles run, his hits run is the greatest, in my opinion, in the history of music. We've never seen anything like this before. However, there have always been issues with his pen game. Is he really of the lyricist that people say he is? There's people that say that.
Ghostwriters.
Right. There's been so he's been fighting that stuff for years now. So he thought this is an opportunity to kind of prove himself. But he didn't realize, like, you know, kind of like you in the bar, you look at somebody, and you're like, I think I can take them. I think I got them over there. And you walk up to them, but you didn't know you're a UFC fighter. You didn't know Push was a UFC fighter. You didn't realize that. And Push is from the late 90s to early 2000s school, and he took the beef back to that, where you say anything. He went full-fledged, hit him up with that man. Mm-hmm. Like, where I'm going to say anything about you. And then all of a sudden it's sweet. And now, you know, we got to put out IG posters explaining, apologizing for this. Like, bro, get to the music or don't. And then you have this whole thing where there's a alleged song out there that can end Pusha T's career and end Kanye's career. Man, listen, if you got the song, put it out. Who in the right mind says, yo, I got this heat, it's too hot. Y'all can't hear it.
He don't want to end their careers.
So this man blew up your whole life, told people you had a whole child out here hidden.
That nobody knew about.
That nobody knew about. You had a whole he ruined your bag. because you had a whole Adidas rollout plan for this. So he took your bag away too. Adidas said, "Oh no, we can't do this now. Oh no, you talk about Push said you talk about my fiance. Let's talk about your Beyonce." Like Push undressed this man in front of everybody, and you don't want to end his career? Come on, man.
Drake isn't that type of rapper.
That's all. But you know what though? You're right.
And this is what it comes down to.
You're right.
First of all, Drake's from Canada. No disrespect, but you're from Canada. You know what I mean? And Pusha isn't from New York in that sense, the Mecca, but he's East Coast, just a little 95. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and he's a street dude.
Yeah.
You know, Drake, I don't know if you were selling, some weed in high school or whatnot on the block or whatever like that, but you wasn't in the streets like that.
Right.
He was an actor on top of that. A young boy acting and then got into this rap game. You know what I mean? You can make a great song, a love song for the ladies. And yes, you got some fire too for the streets, but it ain't street fire. You got fire for the streets, but it ain't street fire. Pusha got that street fire. There's a difference.
I believe, absolutely. You're absolutely 1,000% correct. And one thing out of this takeaway that I get from this, I don't believe that Drake thought he was going to beat Meek Mill in that battle. I don't think he believed. I think when Meek was saying stuff, he was like, "Oh, okay." So he pushed out Charged Up, which was okay. Because here's what I always say about that is Meek's problem was Meek took way too long to respond. Meek's diss wasn't bad; it just took too long. We didn't care anymore because the beef heated up over the weekend. Drake puts out Charged Up, then he follows up with Back to Back. Which we were all like, because basically it was like, it's kind of like when like somebody's little brother fights some huge dude, and we didn't know he had that in him. You know what I mean? Like we're like, oh, Drake got him on that, no question. But Back to Back doesn't happen if Meek Mill responds immediately, and that's when we all were like, yo, Meek, you let the city down, bro, on that, because he did. Like he wasn't supposed to lose that. He wasn't supposed to lose that. And I think that gave Drake a false sense of confidence. And like, listen, these big stars, they have these people around them in their circles telling them, how great they are, whatever. Like, and like, listen, now because of Drake, his status, he can buy shooters, he can buy goons, he can have people around him that make him feel tough and protect him. He has, I'm sure he has all the people around him. That's what happens. So you get that element around you. You backed by Jay Prince, who we all know his reputation. It makes you feel a certain type of way. But I think that like he wasn't expecting Push to come out swinging like that on Story Added On. He wasn't expecting that.
Of course, he wasn't expecting it, but you got to expect something.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you get into a beef with somebody, you got to assume that they're gonna come back with something.
Right.
You got to hope that it ain't that fire that they putting out. And I'm sure Drake thought he could beat Meek. I'm sure he thought he could take him. It's just the fact that when you do, oh yeah, I got this one. Because you can't be in the game and I think you can't take nobody. Like I said, Drake's pen game is decent. You can't disrespect his pen game. The guy can write a good song. But this is different. This ain't making no song.
Different type of writing.
It's beef.
Yeah.
Beef is different.
Yeah.
And a perfect example is the Jay Nas beef. And I'm a big Jay fan. But Nas put that thing down. Like, that's beef.
Yeah.
Guys, you want to do this? We going to do this. You know what I mean? And it's that type of thing where Jay kind of went soft on him with the diss. Nas came for the head. Came for the headshot.
Right.
And that's the type of thing it is. Drake is putting out these body shots. Pusha coming with the headshots.
Yeah. Well, here's why I believe personally there's no song Drake has like this alleged song that's supposed to like Anchor. I don't believe it. And one of the reasons why I don't believe it is Pusha's come out and said that he like people were calling around. Drake had people calling around looking for information on him, 100K, and they were calling Push and like, yo, this man looking for information on you. Push had people he don't even mess with like that in VA, calling him saying people, and it would give him anything. So that, and like, this whole song thing, this was 2018. So you're telling me this thing hasn't leaked in the last 2 years? Like a snippet, like eight bars has leaked? Come on, man. This would have leaked by now.
But then too, even Gunna, like, yo, that's your man and all being Drake and all, but how you doing something with somebody that got beef? If you're a real boy, it's like, yo, I'm not getting down with nobody. Yo, you just my man Marcus? You got beef with Marcus? I'm not getting on the track with you.
That's back yeah, going back to Young Thug, I agree.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing no track with you from jump. Right. But if I am on the track, I can't be upset with you just from like, I know y'all got beef. So it's like Cool J. Dang, can I redo my verse real quick on this track? So I can just push her and rep my man real quick? Like, it ain't going to happen.
I'm with you on that, especially with the Young Thug part, where like, if somebody diss, like, I'm not going to be on track with the dude knowing, like, you diss my man. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, like what's that about? Yeah. Like, further, like, what is that about then? Like, you doing a track with him, he's got beef with your man. Right. And from the way it looks, he got the better of your man on top of that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to wrap this up real quick and just say this. Drake, man, get in the studio, give me a Hot 32, or just leave this alone. That's all I want. That's all I want out of you. Either do it or don't. It can't be an in-between thing. Stop talking about it. Stop addressing it on any level. Leave it alone or rap. One of the two. And honestly, I want you to rap. Please rap. Like, just that's what I want you to do. If you really think you got this, rap. Let's go. So we'll see. But so came across a wild story this past week. Let me get to it real quick. I'm gonna read it to you.
It's been a crazy week, so this ought to be good.
This is a wild story. All right, so a police chase in Oregon ended when a driver fleeing authorities in a stolen car crashed into a woman driving another stolen car. The debacle took place Monday when police responded to a report of a stolen Toyota Land Cruiser driving through downtown Newburgh, according to the Newburgh Dundee Police. This is in Oregon, by the way. A pursuit ensued and lasted for several blocks until the driver crashed into another car near an intersection. Cops identified the driver of the first car as Randy Lee Cooper of Portland. After taking Cooper into custody, the police realized the second car was also reportedly stolen in an unrelated crime 3 weeks ago. The driver of that car, Kristen Nicole Begg, was, I may have butchered the last name, Begue, Begg, I'm going to say Begg, Big U, I don't know, was also found to be under the influence. Cooper was charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle attempting to elude police, assault, and reckless driving. So the odds of crashing, a male and a female crashing into each other and both driving stolen cars, bro, this is a romantic comedy starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. This is incredible. These two are destined to be together. They need to get together right now. Like, this is a great beginning to a relationship. So out of this, I'm sorry, I'm catching you off guard with this, but I want to ask you, what is the weirdest start to a relationship you've ever had? Do you think of a weird beginning to a relationship? And if you need time to think, I can go first, but it's up to you.
I'll let you go
first.
Right, so think about this for a minute.
So back when I taught for 20 years, and when I first started teaching, I taught at this little small school in Doylestown. It was basically a house. Like, it was like a building, because it was a super private, exclusive program. And I was an assistant at the time, and it was like my first year. So this this kid Vincent, and his mom and dad, I think they were doctors, so they never picked up. So this girl used to drop off all the time. She was around my age at the time. I was like 21, and she was beautiful, like dark hair, olive skin, like just gorgeous. So I'm like, yo, I gotta talk to this girl. I gotta make this happen. But it's I'm a teacher, so if I approach her and it's a no-go, that's a wrap. So I gotta figure out how to do this and do it where Like, it's not weird, but like it comes off cute, not weird, not creepy. Like, you got to be totally self with this. So I thought on it for a good like week or 2 weeks. And this is like, granted, when she comes in the classroom, all I do is wait, because like he got picked up at the end, like the end of the day, where we dismissed from the playground. So I would usually see her from across the playground. So we just wave to each other. So we never even had a conversation. So this is like, I'm going for it, but this is like
shooting that shot.
Yeah, shooting that shot like crazy. So finally I come up with the idea of like, okay, I'm going to get a card with nothing inside the card. I'm just going to write a little note to her inside and leave my number and see what happens. So I just wrote a very simple basic note. I was like, hey, I'm Marcus. I think you're beautiful. I would love to take you out and get to know you. I left my number. I put the card in there. I was like, they're about to leave. I go, Vincent, come here. Yo, when your person come in, give her that card. So Vincent, my guy, he threw me alley-oop. he put it off the backboard. He put it off the backboard D-Wade style and did like this. He gave me the alley-oop. He did it exactly how I saw it. Gave him the card. And so then it was weird. So like it was a weird moment in between where the parents started picking up. So it was like 3 days where randomly parents. So I'm like, what is going? Like, did she get like? Did something happen? Is she uncomfortable? So finally on the 4th day, she comes back and she starts walking towards me. I start profusely sweating. Like, what's about to happen here? I'm about to get slapped. What's going on? Doesn't say anything. Just hands me a piece of paper. So I looked down. It was her name, which was Katarina, and her number. I was like, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I'm trying to be quiet about it. I'm like, I get that. And like, it was all, I worked like, when we teach in one of those schools, you work with all females. They was getting on me all, like, she don't want you. They're going to get you. Yeah, that was just bad. So you ain't got shot at that. No way. I literally walked around like Russell Crowe got me. I'm like, are you not entertained? The number. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I paraded around the playground. I was hyped. So you gotta play the cool guy. Like when somebody gives you a number, you know the rules back in the day. You don't call that day. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it 2 days. Okay. So I called her like the 3rd day. I realized that she doesn't speak nearly a lick of English. Like bad. Like I could barely understand like 4 things she was saying. So this was a problem. So we go out, right? And we're like, I'm starting to read body language and get like kind of pick up that way. And the one thing I get is like, she's like, do you want to come to a party with me? And I'm like, sure, we can go to a party. Yeah, cool. And she's like, it's all people like, because I work with. So she's what called known as an au pair. An au pair, which at the time I had no idea, is basically it's you hire, most au pairs come from out of the country, and you basically hire them to come over to watch your kids. They live in.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a nanny.
Right. But like this was brand new to me. I had no idea what that was. She's like, yeah, we go to a party with all my friends. Yo, she brings me to this party, right? Like 40 of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Her and me. And they're all au pairs. So she didn't speak a lot of English, but they all kind of did. They were from another country. They've been long. She spoke English. So I looked at her. I'm like, bro, we're going to be friends. But am I still allowed to come to these parties? Listen, let me tell you something. That year, 2001 to 2002, was one of the best years of my life. They had one of these parties every month. Bro, I was in there. I was one of like 3 dudes. The other 2 were European. It didn't matter. We all had, it was an all-pair party. I was running all through the all-pairs on the pick and roll. We ran a pick and roll. We ran a triangle. I ran ISO.
Oh, that's terrible.
But no, we became super cool. She became a friend of mine. And like, she would literally be like, we have a party. You come party? I was like, yeah, come party. I come party. So yeah, that's my story. It was a weird beginning, but it worked out in my favor.
That's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. So I'm trying to think. So I used to go to this club.
Yeah.
And when you got to the club, what they would do is they had a big partition in the middle of the club.
Okay.
All the guys would come in, they go on the left side. All the girls come in, they go on the right side of the club. And that's how it would be. And then this would be like for the first hour when the club would open. And then they would have strippers for each side. They have male strippers for the females, female strippers for the men.
Was it a strip club?
No.
Or it was a regular
club. But they would bring these strippers in.
Okay.
So the girls it'd be all dudes in a big circle. And the girls be in the middle of the circle. And they had a DJ play their song. They do a little dance, whatever. Dudes be tipping them, throwing dollars at them, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So all these girls go up, and they were all doing like, doing this. Like they don't even want to really do this right now, but they doing this to get this money. Right. The last girl that comes on, gets up there, does a show. Like a performance. Like she dancing.
Yeah.
Moves her. Everybody going crazy. Now, while they're doing this, everybody gets all riled up. All the guys see these strippers now. What happens is when they're done stripping, they pull the partition back, and guys and girls from both sides now mix.
Huh.
So it's like, yeah, you know my name is Rose. Hey, you know my name is Rose. Hey, you know my name is Rose. Like, you try to talk to everybody because you all riled up now.
You hyped up.
Yeah, hype. So now everybody's just buying, drinks. Like buying drinks, all the girls. Like, it's crazy. Everybody now is riled up and feeling each other right now.
Yeah.
So the stripper, the last girl to dance, I'm seeing every dude walk up to her. Yo, they all trying to, what's up, baby? What's up, baby? Can I get your number? All night long. So I'm waiting for my chance. Right. It's the end of the night now. Club about to close and all. Finally get my opening. Walk up to him like, yo, I know every dude in here was trying to holler at you tonight. All I want to say is you did a great performance. That joint was hot. Everybody else is just kind of trash. Your performance was hot. She's like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that and all. I was like, look, I'm new in town. I don't know nobody. You mind going out? You know what I mean? Like, just show me around, something like that. You mind if I get your number? She was like, yeah, no problem. Wrote her number down, gave it to me. I'm like, bet. Like, yo, you step up to her and I got her number. Start to walk away. My spidey sense go off. I was like, yo, that was too easy. I seen every dude talk to you and you ain't give nobody your number.
Right.
Or I said, matter of fact, she did. She gave her number out a couple times. Like, you gave your number out, like just too many people, just didn't feel right. So I go back to him like, look, if you don't want to talk to me, that's cool. I ain't got no problems with that. But don't play me out by giving me some fake number or something like that. So she was like, crossed it out and wrote a real number down and gave it to me. I was like, yo, she tried to play me. But I get it. You got every dude coming up to you. It's just easier probably just to give a fake number out.
Yeah, but going back worked out in your favor.
Yeah. So then leave, hit her up the next day. Like, we're going to go out somewhere. Went to pick her up. She had a daughter. Her daughter got sick. Had to take her to the emergency room. Go to the emergency room with her. She's like, oh, you don't got to come. Like, yeah, the date's blown. I can't do it anyway. Like, I might as well. So I go hang out. Yeah, hang out in the emergency room. Daughter was fine, all that stuff. Yeah. After that was in there like swimwear.
Yeah, listen. You spend some emergency time room with somebody.
Yeah, man.
That's a bonding experience, and it shows you care.
Yeah,
that was a smart move by you going.
Yeah, no doubt.
Good job by you.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
But that definitely is weird. Spending the first date in the emergency room.
Yeah, but being a stripper, she only liked to do two things.
I'm pretty sure I get what they are.
BJ's and anal.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Follow me at Marcus B. Tweetin. Follow the show at Totally Unclear on all platforms.
Catch me at Sage Irv everywhere.
And until next week, entanglement with August. 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 Late.